Yay for Borkway at the beginning of my retirement year. In the last episode, I basically shared the first 6 months of what I call the turning point year in my life. Well, due to D, all the above, which was always my favorite multiple choice answer on a test, retiring on February the 2nd, 2015, freed me up to explore life from a whole new learning curve. I could differentiate after integrating a 30-year career as an educator. Once I retired, I was free to make choices that were best for me and my family, not my students, which had come first during the 180-day school year for 30 years. When Miss Jo passed just a month later, I chose to travel to Sandersville on numerous occasions to help with the process of taking care of her things. As you saw in the last episode, I chose to spend time with Grant at the high school, playing catch-up with formers on special occasions. With friends and family, we planned parties and get-togethers to celebrate graduation and marriage and the beach. All that fun stuff, you know. It was late September when Grace and Rakeem got married, bringing both of our families closer together. Here's a 4-generation shot. We loved that they got married at Oxford in a bit of a drizzle in the chapel, just as Newsom and I had in 1984 in August when it was swelteringly hot. It was an event that brought together 4 generations of Douglases, a ton of Oxfordites and Emeroids, and a variety of friends and family who enjoyed community Q, dancing, cake, and photography by Justin Douglas. I am grateful that I got pictures of that young man. I called him Dapper Douglas. That young man drowned trying to save a friend who went overboard on a boat in August of 2021. He was so professional and good-looking, I had to put him in some of my picture pages, you know. We danced and had barbecue at the reception. We had a great time getting together for the rehearsal dinner, for the wedding, and we came together at the corner pub for the after party, you know. In October, I got to experience several firsts. You see, Newsom and I planned a cruise to the Caribbean. I could have gone on a cruise with my senior class at Arlington, but I decided to go to Germany to visit my Omi and Tanta Ada instead. We boarded the Oasis of the Sea in Fort Lauderdale on October the 31st, after driving to Daytona Beach and staying one night with our friends Bob and Lisa. On the ship, I got to meet our travel agents, their friends, some of Newsom's CLE classmates, and table partners. In Nassau, we explored the Queen's Staircase, which was beautiful to me. Until, my camera started acting up. So I took a lot of pictures using the high illustration and watercolor settings. Here we are on the Golden Eagle excursion, where I snorkeled for the very first time in my life. And fortunately, I had Grant's GoPro. That was at Buck Island on St. Thomas. We also did an excursion to a beach on St. Martin, which was a clothing-optional beach. Delaunix regia trees and sunsets and the food on the ship were phenomenal. In the wee hours of Thursday morning, the boat stopped. For 6 hours, rescue boats circled the ship, looking for a man who had fallen overboard. I remember the ship racing back and docking only 40 minutes late, and there being a bunch of angry passengers who thought they were going to miss their flights. So here are some highlights of that first snorkel I had. A captured video frame of the first nude beach I had ever been to. Here we have our snorkel guide giving us a sea urchin, which is a kind of echinoderm, you know. We saw a sea turtle, sergeant majors, parrotfish, and you could always hear the sound of them chomping on the coral reef below. On the way home, we went to Jacksonville to be with Jim and Dorothy, and then we ate lunch with Mary, Michael, and Kyle at Love's on the Ogeechee River. 2015 ended with some excitement at the neighbor's house and a visit with my mom and dad in Carrollton.